It's great to tell you some updates from this year's ASCO 2017 meeting, which is being held in Chicago, as it has been for the last several years. And today, I had the opportunity to present some very interesting data with a novel non-chemotherapy regimen using lenalidomide and obinutuzumab. And this regimen is really based upon data or work that we've done with lenalidomide and rituximab in patients with follicular lymphoma. It's very clear that lenalidomide and rituximab, which is called R-squared affectionately, has a very nice response rate in both untreated as well as relapsed follicular lymphoma patients. Obinutuzumab is a next-generation anti-CD20 molecule, and it's believed that this drug has increased ADCC, or increased antibody-dependent cellular cytotoxicity, compared to rituximab, which means that it's better able to harness some of the powers of a patient's immune system to target the cancer. Lenalidomide, we believe, helps augment that response, and they probably work synergistically to kill cancer cells, kill malignant B cells. So the hope is that using a next-generation anti-CD20 antibody like obinutuzumab, which has increased immunomodulatory effects with an immunomodulatory drug like lenalidomide, would be active in patients, especially patients who are failing prior chemotherapy, failing drugs like rituximab. So this was a phase 1/2 study. We wanted to see what is the dose of lenalidomide that should be given with obinutuzumab. So we had basically 3 cohorts. We started with 10 milligrams of lenalidomide, went up to 20 milligrams, and then went to 20 milligrams of lenalidomide combined with obinutuzumab. Luckily, we didn't see any significant toxicity when we got to our target dose, which again was 20 milligrams of lenalidomide. After we got to that target dose and we didn't see any safety signals, we expanded the study. This was a pre-planned expansion to enroll 30 patients with follicular lymphoma. All these patients had relapsed disease. Median number of prior regimens was 2, so this was a third line of therapy for the majority of these patients. And despite that, we saw 100% overall response rate and a complete remission rate of around 70%. So again, these are patients who were failing chemotherapy. Many of them had been Rituxan refractory, but despite that, 100% of the patients responded to the drug. We now have around almost 2-year follow-up on many of these patients, and the progression-free survival is over 60% at 2 years. So, I'm very encouraged by this non-chemotherapy combination, really immunotherapy combination in this population of patients with relapsed follicular lymphoma. So the next step, which we're already doing, and some people in France are also doing, is to look at this regimen in other settings, i.e. frontline follicular lymphoma. And we'll see. I think that the regimen has real promise for patients, especially patients with relapsed disease.